North Ridge, and it is actually the 3rd of November 2025. Welcome to the program. We have gathered more of the stories and about to deliver to you. I'm doing this with Harriet Adi, who's standing by. Will later on come through with the reports. But in the meantime, let me just open up to you that we are going to, delve into the details of exactly what happened with NIMOS. And the Member of Parliament is Sutifi South Constituency MP, we're told or reportedly organized thugs to attack NIMOS, as in the organization that has been set aside by the government to fight illegal mining activities. What exactly happened on the scene? We'll bring you the videos, the details, and interviews following through. And we'll also speak with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to see what is the next step to take. In the meantime, the Speaker of Parliament has actually given the police green light to, get hold of members of parliament who've been mentioned in this act and for onward investigation. Metro TV will actually be on the ground and bring you up to speed with all the details that happens with this particular development. It happened within the Shudiamini Ahafo region and it was thrown into chaos on Saturday. We'll get you all the details later. In the meantime, let me just cross over to Harriet Adi, and then she will bring us the stories. Harriet, you're welcome. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
How was your weekend?
It was great. Surprisingly.
Great. Okay.
Anyways, let's bring you the headlines for the news update. Of Public Safety calls for the immediate arrest and investigation of Member of Parliament for Sutifi North, Ebenezer Kwekuado, and his alleged accomplices over a violent attack on officers from the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat at Brunikum near Hwidiam in the Ahafo region. 2 personnel of the Ghana Immigration Service shot and severely injured late Sunday night, November 2, 2025, in an ambush at Nigani in the Tampani district of the Upper East region. Plus, government announces plans for comprehensive retooling and modernization of the Ghana Armed Forces to enhance its operational effectiveness and readiness in response to evolving global and regional security challenges. There's many more coming up shortly. And to start with the news, Hwidiam in the Ahafo region was thrown into chaos on Saturday, November 1, 2025, when an angry mob attacked members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, that's NIMOS, at the Hwidiam police station after the arrest of 2 suspected illegal miners. According to a police situational report, the incident occurred around 2:30 p.m. when Colonel Dominic Bois, head of NIMOS, led a team of 9 military personnel to the station after apprehending 2 men identified as Zakaria and Kwame Alex at an illegal mining site near Brunikum. The team reportedly seized a Range Rover, an unregistered Toyota RAV4, and several items including a Smith & Wesson pistol with 2 magazines, 21 rounds of ammunition, 12 mobile phones, and various mining equipment. Wooden structures and the machinery at the site were also destroyed before transporting the suspect and seized items to the police station. Word of the arrest quickly spread, and within hours, a mob of approximately 600 residents besieged the Hwidiam police station, demanding the release of vehicles and calling for soldiers to be handed over for discipline. During the chaos, the crowd vandalized a Toyota Hilux pickup AD719125 belonging to NIMOS team, smashing its windscreen. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Public Safety has called for the immediate arrest and investigation of Member of Parliament for Sutifi North, Ebenezer Kwekuado, and his alleged accomplices over a violent attack on officers from the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat at Brunikum near Hwidiam in the Ahafo region. In a statement issued on Monday, November 3, 2025, the Bureau described the incident, which involved the assault of NIMOS, the Director of Operations, and his team, as a clear obstruction of law enforcement officers in the discharge of their lawful duties, condemning it in the strongest possible terms. And the Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Mahama Kabiru, has urged President Mahama to declare a state of emergency to address the escalating illegal mining crisis, stressing that the situation demands bold and immediate action. He argued that the fight against Galamsey is collective responsibility, adding that if such promises helped the president to gain power, there is no justification for turning a blind eye to the very issues he vowed to resolve.
Previous government suffered greatly from the Galamsey issue because many Ghanaians who were suffering from polluted waters, polluted farmlands, contaminated soils, having acids and in fact traces of mercury in our food stuff were concerns to every single Ghanaian. The president offered a solution, and the NDC offered a solution, and the solution was simple: declare a state of emergency. I don't know, all of a sudden the NDC has won power, and the need, the urgency and the importance of declaring state of emergency has become so irrelevant. I don't think that, first and foremost, it's marks of inconsistency, dishonesty, and attempt to, hoodwink Ghanaians to get in power. Clearly, if the president believed that state of emergency was the solution to the rate at which Galamsey was engulfing every single community, especially in the south, the president should equally have that same conviction that state of emergency was the way to go. Now, the president again noted that anyone that the Nana Akufo-Addo government, the minister, chief executives, and functionaries of government were involved in Galamsey, without number, with pictures, with evidence and documentation by different media houses, has shown without number that some government officials, MMDCs, party chairmen, members of parliament are engaged in Galamsey, but the president has not even had the guts. The president has not even taken one single measure against any of his appointees, not even one.
From that, 2 personnel of the Ghana Immigration Service were shot and severely injured late Sunday night, November 2, 2025, in an ambush at Nagani in the Tempani district of the Upper East region. Sources within the regional command confirmed the attack, stating the officers were returning from a night duty on motorbike when the assailants laid an ambush and opened fire on the unsuspecting personnel.
The officers sustained life-threatening injuries and were immediately transported to the Upper East Regional Hospital in Bolgatanga, where they are currently receiving urgent medical care. The Ghana Immigration Service is yet to issue an official statement on the incident, but sources confirm that formal investigation has commenced. This latest ambush highlights a worrying trend of attacks against border security personnel in the region. It comes nearly a month after similar assault on Ghana Immigration Service officers on October 3, 2025. Unidentified gunmen attacked 2 officers at Egbin-3 inland checkpoint, tragically resulting in the death of 1 officer. In that prior incident, AICO2 Rafiq Mohammed died at the scene, while AICO2 Opong Daniel is still fighting for his life at the hospital. Authorities investigating the Egbin-3 attack recovered an AK-47 shell and a Ghana Immigration Service rifle with registration number GHGIS HQACN 6685161646 from the scene. The recent attacks underscore the rising security threats faced by GIS personnel operating in border areas, prompting calls for enhanced protection and equipment.
So let's go to the brutal attack on the anti-Galamsey team, NIMOS, and speak to security consultant Richard Kumado, who is joining us on Zoom. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
And now, let's find out from you, why does this keep happening? This is not the first time officers have been assaulted on the mining site. Why do you think it keeps recurring?
Non-punishable offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in society. To the extent that it happens and nothing happens to the culprit, and it happens and the culprits are shaded, and it happens and they are let loose, they will rationalize that bad behavior, and that is why they are escalating it gradually and testing the pulse of the NIMOS group or law enforcement in general. I have always been of the view that if you attack law enforcement officers in line of duty in the manner they did on Saturday, then you might be asking for more troubles that you may not be handled. You may not be able to handle. I think public education is also lacking, creating awareness of the crucial role that civilians and law enforcement officers will have to play together in dealing with peculiar issues of crime and crime-related activities. We will need to be beefed up again. Other than that, the crashes between law enforcement officers and civilians is becoming a major problem, and it can create a setback.
And what can the officers do to ensure their safety?
Number one, I'm admonishing NAMO's people that as NAMO's group, irrespective of where you find yourself, make sure you deal with the police and the BNI. They are your trusted assurances. And they will help you to escape, they will help you to survive, and they will help you to have operational success. Until that is done, they must not trust any politician. They may set trust for them, and it may lead to dangerous situations where casualties and death may result. Then number two, they will need to review their operational tactics. And number three, they will need to reassess the methodology. If they are able to do these three things, which they have the capacity to do, I think issues of entrapment and entanglement and authentication could be avoided, where their operations, whether it's a spot check or it's a full-blown operation, it could be done in a manner that helps them to enter and withdraw as quickly as possible.
And in what ways do you think government can empower these officers?
Government should not stand in their way. If you remember, Operation Vanguard was doing so well until politicians got involved and they were called back. So when NAMOS was set up, I was one of the people who admonished government and praised government that so far we haven't heard them getting involved, and they should stay away and allow them, NAMOS, to do the job. Then you are hearing that 2 MPs, after some politicians have been given to Yoko to be investigated, who instigated against the police, and the police were removed from the place, then you are hearing that 2 MPs are strictly involved or harshly involved in this mob attack that led to near death. It's unfortunate, and I think government shouldn't share them at all. The Speaker of Parliament shouldn't share them at all, because the parliamentarians have shown that criminals can enter into Parliament, and therefore when parliamentarians commit crime, they should be allowed to face the rigors of the law. And I'm happy that the IGP has taken a quick action and nobody has stopped him, and we should proceed from there as quickly as he does it. Then it will give confidence to the entire population, particularly the commissions and the communities and the CSOs in the fight against Galamsey, that they are confident that politicians and the Speaker in particular will not stand in the way of the IGP. And that is the way to go.
And if I heard you correctly, you said government should not involve themselves in this whole situation. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely. Government should not get involved. Speaker of Parliament should not get involved. When parliamentarians and politicians get involved in Galamsey, which is a crime against the state, and the police pick them up, or the BNI pick them up, or Yoko pick them up, government should stay out of it. Other than that, the people may say you are complacent and you are not willing to deal with the issues of inappropriate money in this country. So I'm happy so far. They have allowed the IGP to take a quick action. We only pray and hope that it will end appropriately and quickly, and the appropriate punishment to be meted out to the MPs involved.
Okay, and finally, what does this say about our commitment to the fight of illegal mining?
Yeah, it is dwindling. It's a major setback. It's a major setback. The narrative is not right. The perception is not right. The assertion is not right. But what is also good is that government has given a free hand to the police to deal with it. The Speaker of Parliament has given a free hand for the police to deal with it. That in itself, it is done properly. Then it will bring back the confidence. We are understanding that the LI 2464 is laid to be repealed. If the LI is repealed, then people get confidence that the next time they are meeting the president, there's something on the table to chew. Then you are also looking at successful prosecution and investigations into the crimes of politicians who have gotten involved in this illegal activity that is a threat against the state.
Thank you very much. We have been talking to Richard Kumado, who is a security consultant. Now, away from that, the Deputy Minister for Defense, Brojak Jemfi, says government is set to retool the Ghana Armed Forces in an unprecedented manner in the history of the country, beginning from next year, in order to enhance the operational capabilities of the armed forces and help deal with activities of insurgencies and external security threats in the country. He spoke at the 2025 Land Combat and Firepower demonstration by the Ghana Armed Forces.
Sounds of firing mortars and live ammunitions by the various units of the Ghana Armed Forces, ranging from the infantry battalion, signal, and the regiment unit, among others, flying from all directions in a simulation exercise, all in an attempt to demonstrate the readiness of the Ghana Armed Forces in dealing with any regional or global threat. The 2025 Land Combat and Firepower demonstration started with a colorful event where the Deputy Defense Minister, Bronya Gyamfi, inspected a quarter guard of honor and proceeded to receive briefing on static weapons of the Ghana Armed Forces on display. High-ranking military officials and attendees were thrilled by tactical drills of demonstration officers. Speaking at the event, Deputy Defense Bronya Gyamfi charged military officers to uphold high standards and respect the laws of the country.
In pursuit of this vision, government has so far embarked on a comprehensive restructuring of the Ghana Armed Forces, focusing on the establishment of new units. And we are going to see some new units built from the scratch in order to augment the capabilities of the Ghana Armed Forces, including forward operating bases and the improvement of training infrastructure. The retooling effort has already seen some acquisitions in terms of modern communication systems and other advanced technologies. Your discipline and dedication are the backbone of our national security. However, ladies and gentlemen, I must issue a candid caution. Every soldier and officer is expected to uphold the highest standards of conduct, respect the rule of law, and safeguard the rights of all citizens, whether on duty or off duty. Any actions that bring the image of our revered Ghana Armed Forces into disrepute will be dealt with decisively.
The annual event, which was organized by the Southern Command for students of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Senior Division Course 47, aims to bridge the gap between theory and practice in tactical operations while strengthening coordination among the Army, Navy, and Air Force. This year's exercise was led by the 1 Infantry Battalion with support from the 2 and 5 Infantry Battalions, 66 Artillery Regiment, 153 Armored Regiment, 48 Engineer Regiment, 81 Signal Regiment, and the Ghana Army Special Operations Brigade. The Navy and the Air Force also provided joint operational support.
In politics, former Vice President and New Patriotic Party NPP flag bearer aspirant Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has stated that his purpose in politics has never been about personal wealth but to improve the lives of Ghanaians. He said his political journey has always been anchored on service, accountability and efficiency in managing the country's resources. Addressing party delegates during his campaign tour of Amenfi West in the Western region on Saturday, November 1, Dr. Bawumia noted that his record in public service speaks to his commitment to Ghana's progress.
Me wo politics mo say me pese me boa enipa enye se me hwehwe sika enye sika nti na me wo politics mo me be kai mo say ye be ye mobile money interoperability no na NDC for say o mo pese o mama contract aye saade no for $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion. Ye ba ye na me ka say we die o mo bebie sika enti me mpene so ene ye cancel no ekoye saade a edi mfaso bebre abre no e costi yen $4.5 million. Endu $5 million po na mo pese o mo gi 1.2 billion. So you save Ghana over $1 billion, $1.1 billion. dollars ya save Ghana anka sika na mehwehwe anka menya sika pa enya sa but ya yena sa anka we nyina be ye ka eda ye nyina ye ti so a ye betua enti enye sika nti na me ba politics mo me pese me bo nipa said ye me ye no.
Away from that, the government has disclosed that Ghana's gold industry contributed 88.1 billion Ghana cedis to the national gross domestic product in 2024, with gold exports reaching $11.2 billion as of August 2025. Vice President Professor Nana Jinno-Poku-Agyeman revealed this during the inauguration of the Newmont Ahafo North mines.
Speaking at the inauguration of Newmont Ahafo North Mine in the Tano North municipality of the Ahafo region, the Vice President lauded the new mine as a symbol of partnership and progress built on mutual respect, collaboration, and a shared vision for national prosperity. She revealed that Ghana's gold industry contributed 88.1 billion Ghana cedis to the national GDP last year, while gold exports hit a record of $11.2 billion as of August 2025.
These figures demonstrate an encouraging level of confidence in our economy, governance, and national potential. Today, Ghana is Africa's #1 gold producer and the 6th largest in the world. Our vision is to bring Ghana's potential for mineral-based industrialization into Ghana and to stay in Ghana. Large pieces of land are being reclaimed. Following the successful completion of this phase, the government will open an expression of interest for the reclamation of many more hectares across the country.
The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, reaffirmed government's commitment to promoting responsible, inclusive, and sustainable mining practices in the country.
For this new expansion, which represents an investment of over $1 billion and is poised to bring immense benefits, thousands of jobs for the young people, expanded opportunities for local businesses, and enhanced infrastructure for generations. This is a groundbreaking step towards inclusive, one that we are excited about. And in this vein, I congratulate Newmont for demonstrating that mining can be and must be about more than extraction. It must be about empowerment, rooted in mutual respect and shared vision.
The mine will employ about 1,000 permanent workers, including the locals.
This mine is not just a Newmont operation. It is a testament to what can be achieved when international investment meets local expertise. This operation represents our commitment to responsible mining practices that protect the environment, respect local customs and traditions, and create lasting value for all our stakeholders.
And 28 out of the 32 electoral area coordinators in the Prestia-Huni Valley constituency have publicly declared their unwavering support for Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Speaking on behalf of the group and electoral area coordinator assured Dr. Bawumia of their continuous backing, emphasizing that the coordinators and polling station executives are united in their work to resolve tirelessly towards his success.
Omo amujina ha edi sa adwumai omo ye 28 out of 32 electoral area coordinators. Omo assignment is simple. Omo say omo tie campaign e cost so far. Na so omo ameye sa de we ya omo da omo nda. Enti so omo gina ha omo hye NPP amanyoku nyina abo. Any Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia abo ese 28 out of 32 electoral area coordinators our Prestia-Huni Valley constituency. Omo declare omo support. They are my Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Kukuru. Kukuru. GMB. 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 Dr. His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Baumia, behalf of Bristol Winnie Valley, 32 lecture area coordinators, Nyaya Kacha will say, we are behind you. It's your toe, a real bow, a home toe. You see, Yani police station calling in our carbon, Nyaya Kacha will say, we are moving forward. Yakoko for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Away from that, West Africa's push toward clean and sustainable energy has received another major boost. The West African Science Service Center on Climate Change and Adapted Land Use has officially launched the third batch of its International Master's Program on Energy and Green Hydrogen in Accra.
The program, jointly supported by the German government, aims to build a new generation of energy experts capable of driving Africa's transition to cleaner and greener energy solutions. Speaking at the launch, German Ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Frederick Landschaft, described West Africa as the hotspot for the development of green hydrogen.
West Africa, your home, is a hotspot for its development. But technology alone is not enough. We need strong minds, skilled hands, leaders who care, people who turn potential into progress. That is why capacity building matters so much. Because the energy transition isn't only about power plants.
Head of Division F22 of the German Ministry of Education and Research, Professor Christoph Ruvam, encouraged students to join WAGEDA, an alumni network founded by past beneficiaries.
I would like to warmly recommend membership and participation in WAGEDO. It works to improve the West African population's understanding of the advantages of green energy and establishes networking opportunities.
The Executive Director of WASCAL, Professor Emmanuel Ramdi, urged the over 60 scholarship recipients to take full advantage of the program's international mobility to gain knowledge, build partnerships, and return home to contribute to the nation's development.
We advise them to take every opportunity in this program. The language courses they've just had, the mobility, they are going to visit at least 3 countries, including Germany, including Niger, and Mali, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, and Senegal. So they should take the opportunity of the mobility to strengthen ties and also to come back and help their various countries.
The International Masters Program on Energy and Green Hydrogen is part of efforts to build a sustainable energy ecosystem across West Africa, one that creates jobs, protects the environment, and powers the region's growth for generations to come.
For the news update on Good Afternoon Ghana, my name is Harriet Adi. Annie.
Yes, Harry. So as we're speaking about the attack on NIMUS in the Sotifi South area, Sotifi North, pardon me, the Member of Parliament who's been accused has released a statement, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the statement one after the other. He has also catalogued his part of the story, exactly what happened here on Good Afternoon Ghana. But let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll do the justice to the statement.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the Pure she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya, God, the apple boom. If you're poor, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, a simple dilation. Mr. Goodluck no check me well.
Yeah,
man.
Easy qua. Or dial star 712 hash. The devil is a liar. He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm a baby deal.
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
West Africa's soil yields global treasures. Cocoa, cashew, shea, and cotton. They power industries across the world. Yet for our region, the greatest value still slips away, exported raw, taking with it jobs, industries, and the promise of shared prosperity. The real question is no longer what we produce, but who captures the final reward. True prosperity lies in the value we add right here at home. That's why the 4th edition of the EBIT President's Roundtable will gather the architects of Africa's prosperity and Africa's transformation to answer one defining question. How do we finance the journey from the farm to the port? Join Dr. George Ejikum Donkor and some leading experts as EBIT leads a high-level dialogue to unlock financing, empower local industries, and turn West Africa's raw potential into industrial power. Be part of the conversation redefining our economic future, live on Metro TV, DSTV Channel 277, and EBIT platforms on November 24, 2025 at 11 a.m. EBIT President's Roundtable 2025. From the farm to the port, financing the value chains of West Africa's cash crops. My name is Anita Erskine, and it would be an honor to host you.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces, from government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
When the day ends, the real stories begin. Michael Addo.
Updates with lawyers for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Efwa Ando. Sandra Ofosu. Ikuya Ababio. Dominic and Sopra.
We're bringing you the latest in the world of business.
Sharp, precise, compelling, unmissable, uncompromising. News Night. Tonight at 7 p.m. Only on Metro TV.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Give Us Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Apologies. You're welcome back. And we're still on Good Afternoon, Ghana. Let's now deal with the issue of our fight against Galamsey. We woke up to the updates from Erastus Sasaradonko, who has been on Galamsey's site, updating Ghanaians every minute, every hour, with everything that happens with all that he's covering. And the latest one has to do with a member of parliament for a Sutifi South constituency, which Erastus reported led tax to attack Nimas on one of their rounds in setting up, the activities in the Shidium in the Ahafo region. Let's go onto the phone lines now and engage Awula Sewa. Awula Sewa is coordinator for Environment Group Eco-Conscious, and they have been on this fight for ages. We always engage them. They are friends of this platform. Awula, we're grateful for your time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you and your listeners, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time. I'm sure you also must have been updated on the latest release from Erastus. What will be your opening comments on just this happening?
We'll say that this is a disgrace, and this goes against any fight against illegal mining. For an MP to allegedly, brazenly incite a mob against NIMOS, which is mandated to fight illegal mining.
I can hardly hear you.
Date. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm saying that this is a travesty. This is disgraceful for an MP to allegedly lead a mob against NIMOS. And up to now, no arrest has been made. Up to now, we haven't heard that the MP has been suspended from Parliament. We understand that everybody is innocent until proven guilty, but selective administration of justice is worrying. By now, we should have heard they were at the police station and that they were being investigated. and that prosecutions would follow if it be.
So, well, we had updates from the member of parliament, Speaker of Parliament for that matter, giving green light for authorities to, have access to the MPs. They're entitled to some privileges. And so when that, go ahead is given by the Speaker, I think then authorities will have their way to carry on investigation with him aiding it. That, in my opinion, was a swift move, not so?
They are being suspended from Parliament would also be appropriate. You see, we face an existential threat, and the reason why we've not been able to come to grips with illegal mining is that persons close to political parties are allegedly involved, whether under the past administration or under administration. So for there to be a reset, we need to see something different happening. When these highly connected persons are mentioned, there should be swift administration of justice. Let me give you the example of Atronsu. Illegal miners were mining. Reports were made to the police. Nothing much was happening. But as soon as 2 excavators got burnt, the police sprang into action, arrested the activists, and they spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday in custody. They were rushed to court and refused court bail. So it's a selective justice going on, and this is not very good. It does not make the public believe that there's a political will to fight this cancer. And as I keep on saying, the house is burning. There are so many fires raging. Nemus, as it stands, is not well resourced. It doesn't have enough men. And if they are also being stepped upon by persons who should know better in the lawful execution of their duties, this is very worrying. This is very worrying.
I mean, from your submission, it almost looks as though you admit that Nemus doesn't have they are not equipped with the utmost authority to deal with what we're confronted with. I mean, we are expecting more of such in the coming days.
Absolutely. See, if there's a political will to uproot this canker, Nemus needs to be better resourced. The good intentions might be there. They may have a fantastic commander, but if they don't have the resources and the men they need, how are they going to progress? Over a month ago, we don't have the number for Nemus because the number that's been given out is not the correct number. But through third parties, we alerted Nemus that there was an excavator at Atronsu, and the activists were afraid that the Atronsu stream, the only source of drinking water, will be polluted. As we speak, there are now, according to our information, 4 excavators in Atronsu, and the Atronsu stream may be under siege. Now, Nemus has not been there, although several reports have been made. That should tell you that Nemus is under-resourced. And that is why civil society has asked for a state of emergency so that we can release the military, the Air Force, the Navy to help Nemus deal with this canker, because we face an existential threat and the window of opportunity to act is fast closing. And this example of what happened to Nemus shows us that they are under threat, they are under-resourced, and if we don't step in quickly, what is happening in parts of Latin America will be to happen in Ghana, where the military cannot go to certain places because the drug cartels, but in this case it will be the illegal miners, are either better equipped or have access to mobs who can come and drop the activities of Nemus.
Do you think we've gotten to a point where illegal miners are more equipped and capable compared to our military, at least now?
I don't think we've reached there now, but if we don't take steps, we will reach there. The good news is that there's still the window of opportunity to act. I don't think we've reached there, because we are going to get there if we don't act promptly. And what happened over the weekend, and we commend our Erasmus Asari Donko for bringing us this information. We commend him. But what happened is a warning. It's a warning to us that if we don't act quickly, things will begin to disintegrate. Others are watching. They've seen that the MP is still not under arrest. Had he been an ordinary person like an Atronsu activist, he'll be in custody by now. We cannot have selective justice if we want to uproot this cancer. So to answer your question, I don't think we are there yet, but we are approaching that situation if we don't act quickly.
It will be interesting for you to also give us your observation as far as the fight is concerned. If we are not careful, we will be there. But are we on the right path with the fight? Because our concern always has been the political will, the political power, commitment, consistency, and factors like that. Such, are we on the right path? You have been loudest in terms of the fight. The issue with forest reserve, mining, the issue is saving the water bodies. At least those top two have been on government priority as far as this fight is concerned.
You see, what was of priority has been dealt with, like e-levy, which didn't cause an existential threat, or the betting tax. But what is a matter of life and death, because water is life, our water bodies are still polluted. There are still chanfans on our water bodies. The Ancombra has still been diverted. And then there's talk of dechemisation. I mean, really, let's sort of let our scientists tell us what can be done when the pollution is still going on. Mm-hmm. Now, what needs to happen is that we need to remove the transfans and the environmental terrorists from our water bodies. Clearly, that is not being done right now. NEMOS is doing what it can with the resources that it has. So what I would say to your question is that the fight needs to be intensified. But to do that, we need the political will. And a demonstration of the political will would be that when persons connected with the administration are allegedly involved, they should be immediately dealt with, suspended from parliament. They are quickly arrested so that they can help the police with their investigation. Otherwise, it looks like there's selective justice. And yes, we've done a lot of campaigning. We are grateful that LI 2462 has been revoked after the mischievous act of first amending it. It has now been revoked, and we are thankful for that. But you see, it only deals with granting licenses to mine in forest reserves. Our forest reserves are still under siege by the illegal miners because they are not waiting for licenses. They are acting with impunity without licenses. So that problem is still there with our forest reserves. We are still...
What's the details of that report you are giving us, that the forest reserve are still under siege by illegal miners? Because that is conflicting with the government's position that they have seized and driven out all illegal miners from our forest reserves.
I think if one does the investigation well, one would realize that that's not the case. There are still illegal miners in our forest reserve. That is why civil society is asking them, after removing them, you have to have the military-based advantage point so that when they try to come back, they are dealt with. We still have illegal miners in our forest reserves. And the point I was making was that LI 2462 deals with licenses being granted to mine in forest reserves. It doesn't address the situation where environmental terrorists just go to our forest reserves and start mining and logging. Logging is also a serious concern. Mm-hmm. So much as it's expected in the direction, a lot still needs to be done. I would like anybody to contradict me when I say that there's still mining going on in forest reserves. We have completely removed illegal miners from our forest reserve. That is not the case. They are still there. Whether you say pockets, whichever term you want to use, illegal miners, as we speak, are still in the forest reserves. So the fight is going on, but what we are saying is that it's like there's fire raging in so many different places. NEMOS cannot deal with all the fires at once, and that is why we are saying declare a state of emergency, enforce what is going on, so that we can deal effectively, decisively, and robustly with cancer before it engulfs us all. If I might just end by saying, kidney disease has gone up fourfold. Our farmlands have been affected. That is why our tubers and our contumely no longer safe, plantains and so on and so forth. Even those in the diaspora are not safe. Where do they think their food is coming from? If it's coming from Ghana, you are not safe.
Yeah.
Maternal deaths have increased, deformed babies. Even our cocoa will soon not be accepted because we'll be told it's polluted. Even our skin products. So what is happening right now is a very, very serious situation, and we need the political will to fight with it, and all Ghanaians should get behind the government once the political will is there to fight this existential threat. Otherwise, we will all be consumed.
Is there a difficulty you identify probably faced by government? Because if we remove illegal miners and there are still legal miners in the forest reserve, there's a likelihood that those we have tagged as legal miners with the license to mine in the forest reserve will also eventually engage in illegal activities.
I think what I'm saying is that we have illegal miners. People who have not gone for license. They're decimating our forest reserve. They are in the forest reserve. All we are saying is that we need the political will to deal with whether it's causing the problem. Under the past administration, to give an example, Erastus Asari had done his homework. He had done a lot of investigation. We knew that, for example, Akonta mining was allegedly destroying the Tano Nimiri Forest Reserve. What happened? Even when the Catholic bishops brought it to the attention of our past president, what did he say? What did he say? At this current time, Akonta mining is not involved in illegal mining or something to that effect, because it was close to the party. Now, what I'm saying is that it's still happening. We still have illegal mining going on, whether in our forest reserves, whether in our forests, because not all forest reserves, whether our farmlands, whether by the roadside, and whether by the water bodies, on our water bodies. The Chansans are there. We need the political will to get rid of this situation. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And we need to have the political will to actually do a reset so that it's just mere words. We need to see that the Chansans are being removed from our water bodies, that the Navy is patrolling. The Navy is using the engineers to get rid of the diversion of our water bodies. We need to see that happening. So we need to see reports of more and more interventions in NAMOS. But NAMOS, as I'm saying, is under-resourced. So if the political will is there, NAMOS will be properly resourced. What is happening is that they can be set up to fail. If you don't adequately resolve them, they'll not be able to do work adequately. Then Ghanaians will turn around and say it didn't work. Of course, it will not work if they are not well-resourced. We've all put them in the world. They need to be well-resourced. So do that so that we don't turn around and say NAMOS didn't work. NAMOS will work if they are well-resourced and they continue doing what they are doing, but they need to be well-resourced so that they can attack more places at once. There's so many fires raging. Today they go to one spot, they burn, I don't know what. Then tomorrow they are going somewhere. In the meantime, more and more fires are being set. And that is one part for a state of emergency, so that we can deal with more areas at once and bring this mayhem to an end.
Right. Awolasewa, we'll leave it here. Thank you for your opinion on what has happened currently. I mean, we'll be following through and bring you some more updates as well. Awolasewa is coordinator for environmental group Eco Conscious. So what exactly, just in case you're wondering, what exactly has happened that we're talking about? There was a issue that had to do with a clash between the youth of Tridium in the Ahafo region and NAMOS. NAMOS is fighting Galamsey, the group put together that is fighting Galamsey, and Tridium in the Ahafo region was thrown into chaos on Saturday, November 1, 2025, when an angry mob attacked members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NAMOS, and at the Tridium police station after the arrest of 2 suspect illegal miners. Now, this clash, according to Erastus, was put together or was led by the Member of Parliament for Sutifi North constituency, who also was in collaboration with the Sutifi South MP, Collins Dauda, on this particular issue. Now, briefly after that, the Sutifi North MP has released a statement, and maybe we should, capture the statement for you to know exactly what he is also saying. He has given an account of the situation. We'll take our time and read a brief of the account given by the Member of Parliament. So the office, okay, they can project it on screen. Office of the Member of Parliament, Honorable Ebenezer Akwaku-Addo, Asutifi North Constituency press release. It says that to the good people of Asutifi North and the general public, I'm compelled to address the recent unfortunate incident between some residents of Asutifi South and the military task force deployed on national assignment NIMOS. Chronology of what transpired. On 1st November 2025, while en route to the funeral at Achenswa in the Asutifi South constituency, I inquired from Honorable Collins Dauda, the MP for the Asutifi South constituency, whether he was available so we could move. Honorable Dauda indicated that he is currently not in the country, so I could represent him. Upon reaching Shudiem, I realized there was tension in the town, so I inquired and was told that there was a military operation going on at the gold extraction site. I quickly called back Honorable Dauda to inform him of the development. Now, I asked, he asked me to go to the site and enable him speak with the team to ascertain what was going on, because one of the assembly members who he sent wasn't spoken to by the military. I'm sure there was a spelling mistake by the military team. Now, upon reaching the site with my constituency vice chairman and driver, I introduced myself to the leader and asked that he speaks to the person on phone. Now, this is where I don't get. But let's go on. Having arrived at the place, I saw some youth at the site, while others gradually massed up. The only advice I could give was for us to move to the police station to officially make a statement and subsequently hand over items and suspects to the police to calm tensions. Now, let me just do this quickly, and then we continue the statement. But he said that now, upon reaching the police station, it was seen that the major road has been blocked, preventing vehicular movement. Together with the military regional police crime officer, NIB operatives, Kenyasi police commander, we all remained in the police charge office while statements were being taken. I went further to call in the Zongo chief of Shudiem to assist us calm the situation, and he came. Having finalized and handing over of items to the regional crime officer, Zongo chief volunteered to pick the military officer into his Toyota Sequoia vehicle. And because he picked up the military had been tampered with. Because the pickup of the military had been tampered with. Now, the Toyota vehicle of the Zongo chief had its glasses smashed at the back. By then, I had left to attend the funeral in Troso, Jedu, and Wamahinso. So I wish to state that under no circumstances will I incite the youth against security officers and any government planned agenda. As a responsible lawmaker, I offered my support to ensure that there is calmness in the area and will always work together with every security agency to maintain law and order. It is quite unfortunate that the police in this CITREP failed to acknowledge my contribution to ensuring that calmness prevail. And I urge the public to disregard the false narrative aimed at tarnishing my reputation and undermining my efforts to serve my constituents. As your MP or Member of Parliament, I want to assure you that I remain committed to the welfare and safety of Ghanaian citizens and other state institutions. And that is signed by Akwaku-Addo. That is Ebenezer, Member of Parliament for Asutifi North constituency. On that note, let me engage Erastus Asare-Donkor, who is the one that gave us the account. Of course, he is our Galamsey police, has been giving us all the updates for many years now. Erastus, thank you for your time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So the MP, in his statement that I have just released, received a few minutes ago, has described the reports about him as tarnishing his reputation and undermining his efforts. How do you respond to this?
Is the MP saying he never went to the site?
He admitted that
because
he went
his statement
there.
falls short.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to the site, who did he go to the site with? Was he not accompanied by his heavily built men? Does he deny that? Some of them were captured on camera.
Mm-hmm.
What did he tell the soldiers when he went there? And in fact, he is not a law enforcement officer. So what was his locus there? I understand he's the MP and what happens in his constituency concerns him, but I think the most important thing to have been done was to have informed the police that if he thinks that there was a disturbance, he is not a police officer. He's not a law enforcement agent. The best he could have done was to inform the police to go there. Did he do that? When he went there, why did he tell the soldiers to remove the handcuffs from the suspect they have arrested? Why did he tell them to release the suspect? Who is Alex? The one who claims the site belongs to him. He was in the presence of the MP. Does the MP know what they are doing at that particular site? The gold extraction point, what chemicals they are using? Does the MP know that the people, what they are doing there doesn't have a license?
Mm-hmm.
Does he know that they were using cyanide
Mm-hmm.
to process gold in a settlement area without license from the EPA, without license from the Water Resources Commission or the Minerals Commission or any other agency that is required by law to oversee? Because cyanide is a very, very dangerous chemical. You don't do leaching in such an environment without the requisite licenses to do that. Does he know? As the MP for the area who represents the people, does he know that that illegality was happening within his jurisdiction? What did he do about it? Until NIMOS came in to stop it, why is he asking a government agency to release suspects they have arrested? On what locus is he doing that? You see, his statement falls short of addressing what actually happened when he went there. And to me, I am calling, and I know the Speaker of Parliament is a man of truth. Let him set out a probe into the conduct of the MP, the two MPs, I will say at this point, Honorable Collins Dowda and the MP himself.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are found
his accounts that got me a little bit confused is where he claims that he and Collins Dowda were scheduled for a funeral. So he asked if Collins Dowda was available, where Collins came in and said he is not currently present in the area, so he should represent him at the funeral. So when he got to the scene where he saw that there was confusion, he then placed a call to Collins Dowda, and I was wondering why.
I tell you, there are more questions to this than answers. What is Collins Dowda's business in all of this?
Exactly.
Why would he call any other person, not any other person than Collins Dowda? What is Honorable Collins Dowda's business in that gold processing activity over there? And in fact, from what I gather from the ground and what I've been told, there's more that meets the eye. There's more to it than the MP has written in his statement. And you see, this is not the first time. We meet some of these things consistently. Ministers who try to use their positions to back illegal mining activities within their jurisdiction. Ministers who try to intercede for illegal miners when NIMOS goes on operation. NIMOS may not speak to the media, but some of us from where we sit, we are aware. The kind of resistance from party people, from people in authority, from MPs, when they conduct their legitimate business. And because of that, when some of us give them hints, they are reluctant to move in. Because we hear that There are backlashes when they conduct operations. Why would you give somebody a job to do and not give the person the free hand to operate?
To operate.
And that is what happened in the previous administration. I will state it emphatically. And the NPP, it happened the same way, and that's why they lost the fight. At the point, those who were sending the troops out there were the ones telling them, go here, don't go there. Don't go here, don't go there. This is my site, don't go there. This is our people, don't go there. The same way. And so it's like sitting in the bucket and trying to lift yourself off the ground by the handle.
Russell, when it comes to the fight of this Galamsey, do you see an equal similarity with previous administration and its fights as compared to what this current administration is also doing?
Similar. And I must be frank. I'll be very, very frank and blunt. When Nana Akufo-Addo started, between 2017, when he issued a ban on all forms of artisanal small-scale mining, the enforcement was good. They sent out Galamsey, they sent out Operation Vanguard. I was with those teams. I reported accurately and fair. And in fact, some of my reports are there. It started very well, like they have started very well. And then along the line, the same manipulation by officials in government at the local level, policemen, military hierarchy, people in authority, started micromanaging the Operation Vanguard, started micromanaging the Galamsey. And when you cannot be managed, they kick you out. Just like they kicked the first leader of Galamsey, Chuman Pofozikum. They kicked him out because he had the audacity to seize equipment belonging to Heritage Imperial in the Apamprama Forest Reserve. He was kicked out. And they brought in another person, Ekowawusi. We all know what happened to Ekowawusi.
Yeah.
Excavators went missing. Some of them were sold. Illegal mining went rife. The same way that you have given a job to somebody to do. The IGP started very well. They seized a number of excavators. They raided some of the forests from illegal miners in Sanraboy and its environs. And then all of a sudden, the party people started speaking against them. Hey, they are extorting money, and then they moved them out. They brought in NIMOS. They said they have to coordinate everybody. So NIMOS will coordinate police, military, and everybody. Look at what is happening. Me, I started hearing it before even this incident occurred. Even the resources for NIMOS to work with is lacking. Ask them. If they will confide in you, they will tell you. There is not a calculated, simple budget for NADMO to work with. They are not looking for money. Why would you give such a big assignment to somebody? There is not a stipulated budget that comes fluently for them to work with. They lack resources, they lack logistics, and then on top of it all, there are people who are trying to micromanage that colonel who heads the NIMOS to their advantage. So when you see the equipment in the forest, somebody calls you and say, hey, those are my people, release the equipment. It happens all the time. So this is not new. And if the president is minded and so minded, and he really wants to fight illegal mining, and he doesn't want to end up like the previous administration, then he should sit up. He should really sit up and try to call his people to order. And this case is a test case on whether the president really means business. I expect a serious probe from the parliament level to the president level. Let's find out the truth. And when it is out, those found culpable should be dealt with. And NIMOS should be given the free will to operate. That is the only way out for us from this illegal mining craze.
You are seeing this micromanagement of NIMOS also in this administration?
Yes, of course.
And where exactly is it coming from? The MPs,
from all
presidency, quarters, ministries?
From all quarters. I wouldn't say the presidency. I don't have any information to that.
Okay.
But it's coming from MPs, regional ministers, people within government circles. When I say government circles, they could be assigns of certain ministers. They could be ministers themselves who call occasionally and say, you raided my place. This place was mine. This place belonged to a person of mine. This place belonged to so and so. We hear it all the time. All the time. And so it is like tying the very agency that you have tasked to work, tying their hands behind them and not allowing them the free will to operate. And it's happening. And I think it must stop. If you have given them the job and you really mean the job they are doing, then I think all hands off NIMOS. Let them go ahead and enforce the law as it should be without fear or favor. Because they've been trained. They know their whereabouts. If there was no illegality happening in that area, they wouldn't have gone there. But they knew there was an illegality happening there. When they went there, they saw. And I tell you, if they should conduct a probe and see that they are doing leaching with cyanide, which when it gets into the soil, it gets into any water source, it's difficult to get out, and it has devastating consequences. That should not be happening in a settlement. And it shouldn't take NIMOS to come to that district to effect or enforce that law. It should have taken the district mining committee, it should have taken the MCE for that area to have known and taken action. But they didn't. They were watching on. So why should the MP be interested now when you have sat down for the thing to go on and you know within your jurisdiction that something like that is happening?
You said there's more you have gathered, in the recent report you gave us. What can you tell us?
What are you referring to?
With the Achrenso certificate, no. I mean the MP confusion. You said there's more you had gathered on the ground. What is that? Is it that
now,
you know that the MP
dear,
has
for
some...
now, my word doesn't really mean anything. My word will mean something when I have put something out. Anybody who is doubting that, they know the channels. Let them use it. But it can be investigated. And I am requesting that the Speaker of Parliament should initiate a probe, a full-scale probe into this. The presidency should be interested. They should issue similarly a probe into this. Of course, it will unravel the truth. When they are found culpable, like I have said, then the law should take its course. If they invite me, I'll go and give what I know.
Are there allegations that the sites NIMOS was arresting people in belong to either of these MPs?
Well, I have my own information until I have done my checks on that. I wouldn't say. But yes, I've seen it in certain reports.
You've seen it in certain reports?
Yes.
Just confirm to me before we let go of you. The river bodies that we had declared as security zones, has it yielded any results yet? We have seen reports and videos as we've gone to the sites of water bodies sort of clearing up and stuff like that. Is it really working?
Which water body has cleared, my dear?
You tell me.
No, you tell me. You are a journalist too. If you tell me so and so water body is clearing, then I'll tell you my verdict on that. But as I sit here, I have not seen any water clearing aside Amanzule. Amanzule in the Nzema area, it went very, very brown. And then recently, when NIMOS started fighting illegal miners along that stretch, some parts of it have cleared. For that one, I can stick my neck out because I've been there and I've seen it. Amanzule, parts of it have cleared, and it was because NIMOS waged a relentless war along the Nzema area, the tributaries of that river. Aside that, those who are saying that Ankobra is clearing,
I was actually
It's
going
a
to ask you about
palpable-
Ankobra because there are videos of persons who have gone there indicating that
I have
Ankobra has
personally
cleared.
gone on that river for 2 hours. When power changed hands in March this year, the Minister for Lands, Ama Kofi-Boa, sent me and 2 generals and some military men on a fact-finding mission. My report is on YouTube. You can Google it and find out with video evidence. And if you are still a doubting Thomas, go to the estuary or where you think it has cleared. Fetch some of the water, taste it in your mouth. Definitely it's going to feel salty. Is the Ankobra a salty water? Ankobra is a fresh water source. It is tasteless. If you taste it and it is salty, it should tell you where that green is coming from. And I have visited it, I have gone on it from the estuary through Banso to Douala, all the Nzema towns. I've gone for like 4 hours, and I tell you where it ends. The Ankobra River itself has been blocked totally from flowing at Awudia and Pristia Hemai. So the dirty, polluted Ankobra is not entering that place at the estuary as it should be. And the seawater has gained access. So the green you see over there, that is the source. If anybody tells you Ankobra is clearing, it's a palpable falsehood. Lie, take it from me. It's not clearing. And the people are still mining on it in certain portions. It's been blocked. And I have told the minister that we should be engaging in desilting efforts to clear for the river to flow along its flow path. Maybe God will help us, it will restore itself.
So what do you make of, with your experience, what do you make of all those river bodies declared security zone areas? Is that also going to be effective, or you think it will be...
There's one thing declaring security zone. There's another thing making the security zone work. How will the security zone work if you don't have enforcement? How do you make something work? Something that you say by law, this is prohibited. If you don't enforce it, then what is the essence of declaring that place a security zone? And that is what NIMOS is trying to do, and people are fighting against it. I'm speaking boldly about this because, yes, we have received complaints from all manner of sectors. Every time they go out, there is somebody who is calling and saying, those are my people, those are my people. If you know those are your people and they are engaged in illegality, and you support them, what does that make you? And you wait for a government agency to go there, then you start fighting the government agency. Why can't we do the right thing for once? If you are an MP, you are a minister, and you think that those are your people, tell them to go through the mail and get a license. And do the right thing. But don't fight the people who are supposed to be fighting against that canker. That's a travesty of justice.
So your safety first. When you are in the forest, as you sleep there, you move there, you eat there, you do everything there, how are you ensuring your own safety? With the cyanide chemicals in our foods and everything that we know, it's been reported on several times. We are interested in how you survive.
My dear, nobody is safe. If you buy your foodstuffs in Accra from the open market and you don't grow it yourself, you are not safe. I'm telling you. Ask the EPA about their findings. I have done similar in Poison for Gold documentary. I have spoken with soil scientists, and they will tell you the contamination is creeping into our farmlands, our soil, our tubers, our yams, and others. Until we stop it, it will creep on further, and nobody is spared. For my safety, Jehovah is the ultimate protector. I don't carry a gun. Those who seek to hurt me, you are hurting an innocent person who is just trying to protect your space, the space that protects you and your family, your generation. If I'm guilty of that, then so be it.
Erastus Asare Donkor, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Good Afternoon, Ghana. We're grateful.
Thank you.
Right. Erastus is a journalist and he is specialized in the fight against Galamsey as he goes into the field to give us, bring us up to speed with everything that is happening in the forest, in our farmlands, in our homes, on the streets, in the farmyards, everywhere there's Galamsey. He gives us up to the minutes update of it. And the reason why we're dealing with has to do with the breakout of, some clash between NIMAS and the youth of our region, Tridium to be precise, clashing. The accusation is on an MP, the Sutifi North MP. He's released a statement denying that he ever, incited any youth against, NIMAS. And that is what Erastus has also come to question the credibility of the Member of Parliament and the truth. In his statement, he says that the MP statement falls short and has a lot of questions to answer. We'll be back after this break.
Branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspections, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame? As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me well.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompt. Yes, and then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family permission. Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Need your attention, please. Mnet Movies 4 brings you Action HQ.
Before I describe the job, I have to know you can do it.
The movie festival where action never clocks out.
1, 2,
It's great. Business as usual means fist first, questions later. We don't do spreadsheets.
Some car keys, a couple guns.
We do high speeds.
Put your foot to that floor and you bet.
Our management style, very hands-on. Water cooler chats, surprisingly inspirational.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
This October, Mnet Movies 4 is mission control for mayhem.
Complete destruction.
It's home base for heroics. It's Action HQ. Consider your couch the corner office of chaos. This is not a drill. Report to Action HQ all month long on Mnet Movies 4, where action never clocks out.
Oh, Jose. And I made the SMS. Can any pan, na sana, Monsieur, na ward me. A drain I didn't quano. Kingdom Garlic Bitters.
No, more benefit him.
Me benefit wine. Also, got told dear.
Abrewa, the smile, Abrente, Mishuve. When I take a crown, our bread. No Kingdom Garlic Bitters, and any capsules. Nanya, what ya brebia.
Kingdom Garlic Bitters, and the capsules.
Assembia, you.
A devil when I'm when I say, send your name, your wife, company one personal. Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules, and tea. Say, see, I'm password.
Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules. Emeni Chienya Sumdiebe Fi, Abrebia. Obebia o de Pua Hauno. Edro Bakupa Wihiane Tremendous Capsules. Tremendous Capsules, SSC Uma Uya Obesima. Edno you benya bi obebia eton robia. Kingdom Heba, no challenge.
What was all this drama of coming to my class late today?
I told you I'm pregnant. What are you doing about it?
I said, Abado, why make up so?
Hey, what police will be teaching you? Shall we Phoebe? Shall not say I pass our bravo?
But why are you saying that?
That girl is a charlatan. It's a wolf in a sheep's clothing. A prostitute in disguise.
Abaya come so. Na bla ubo college mu ha eye.
My friend said if she come and call. Since I'm pie, don't come and spoil my spiritual mood for me.
But you the other time the running way, Charlie, I take come no you chop am. My food no.
Do you know how hungry I was that day?
For no say if you running there. If I bring am no if no.
One more thing, I will embark on a project like 1 boy, 3 girlfriends.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces. From government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
This Wednesday on Titans and Trailblazers. The institution also keeps an eye on the CEO brand, or is it the CEO's job alone to manage their brand? What are your thoughts on that?
You can't do it alone. Your job is not to run social media. Your job is to double the output. Your job is to increase the number of employees and so forth. So you can't be an expert again on managing your online brand. So the marketing team should actually have a budget whereby they need to brand their CEO so that he or she becomes the voice. So we pick ourselves up. If things don't go according to plan, we redo, we retry until it works. It becomes a lesson for us.
Good afternoon, Ghana. Let me give you updates from the police headquarters about the current happening with Galamsey, where the Member of Parliament for Esuatifi North constituency is reported to have been involved in inciting youth, allegedly inciting the youth of AFO to attack the NIMOS, group. I'll read the statement again for you to have an idea how the MP responded to the issue we're tackling or the issue we're dealing with. But let's go to the police and capture the statement that they have also released. And it says IGP directs CID headquarters to take over investigation into the attack on NIMOS director and his team at Shridium. Esuatifi North MP invited to assist in the investigation. Now, the Inspector General of the Police, IGP, Mr. Christian Teteyonu, has directed the Criminal Investigation Department, CID headquarters, to take over investigation into the attack on Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, and his team by thugs at Shridium in the Ahafo region. Now, the Member of Parliament for the Esuatifi North constituency, Honorable Ebenezer Kwekwado, who is alleged to have invited the mob and obstructed the NIMOS team, has been invited to assist in ongoing investigation into the incident. Has established that on Saturday, 1st November 2025, the NIMOS team, director and his team intercepted illegal miners operations operating near the Bruni Krom in the Ahafo region and arrested some suspects. Exhibits retrieved from them include a side hang bag containing one Smith and Wesson pistol, 2 pistol magazines, 21 rounds of 9mm ammunition, and unregistered Range Rover vehicle, and an unregistered Toyota RAV4 vehicle, and several mobile phones. So the authorities have taken up this, and let's see how far they'll go with it. But we are speaking again with Richard Humado, who is actually a security analyst. Richard, thank you so much for your time and for getting back to us again. This is the second time we're having you on the show. So we've seen a statement from the office of the Member of Parliament, Ebenezer Kwekwado, Esuatifi North MP, also clarifying what exactly happened, and has denied ever inciting a youth or a mob against NIMOS, and he has catalogued, the activities of how everything unfolded. I'm not sure if you have seen this. Have you seen the statement yet?
Yeah, I did.
Great, and you've read it. What exactly do you make of it? Because I am finding some inconsistencies in it, especially where he says that he's going for a program, he got there was a clash or something like that. He stopped to check what was happening. Maybe as an MP he wants to see, and then when he saw what happened, he called Collins Dauda. I'm wondering where from the call to Collins Dauda and all that, what was that all about?
That was the same thing. That was the same thing I asked. The next question you asked is the diggers. Did they just start digging the place? They start digging when the NIMOS guys got there, or they have been digging for some time. And who was responsible? Who is aware of this? Who reported to who and to which authority for what actions to be taken? And so why was he calling the MP to speak to the NIMOS boss about what exactly? Is he aware that there has been some level of digging in the area? Then the next question I asked is, assuming the NIMOS officers were shot dead, would the district chief executive, the regional minister, the MPs in the area come together to ensure safety and community cohesion and making sure that we win the fight against Galamsey? I think probably it is a high time we look at assigning roles and responsibilities and dealing directly with those core responsibilities again, whether effectively we are winning the fight against Galamsey in relation to the roles and responsibilities we assign to ourselves. That is to say, what is the role of the district chief executive officer as the head of DASEC? What is the role of the regional minister as the head of RESEC? And what is the role of the MPs in the area? Have they ever spotted any of these things? And have they ever reported it? And what were the actions taken? Probably it is time to look at it. Other than that, calling an MP who is not in the area to go and speak to the NIMOS board, that alone hold up the space. And that is why the mob were able to mobilize themselves as many as they were. If NIMOS had just gone in, to the extent that arrest became what is on the table, they got there, they got the people arrested, handed over them to the police or moved them to the next police station without wasting time speaking to a politician home and abroad. That would have caused an escape. But they trust them and they trusted them and they held up with them. Having spoken to him, they still didn't yield to what the politician was telling them. So that in itself is a little bit of a problem.
I just spoke with the Rastas, who has indicated that when it comes to task forces put together by governments, depending on which administration is in power, they, give them the power to operate, and then they use the left to take the power out, out of their hands. Either they are under-resourced, which is the current, predicament of NIMOS. They are under-resourced. They don't have a lot of resources to be able to combat, because this is almost like war. And then also, you see that the powers that be, or certain leaders in certain positions, for example, in this administration, it is MPs and ministers trying to micromanage NIMOS. So the same situation we encountered in the previous administration, he's seen, signs of it in this government as well. He cannot really confirm if there's any power from presidency, but so far, he's seen members of parliament and ministers influencing negatively the work of NIMOS.
Definitely, I agree. And I've always been of the view, and you have spoken to me severally on this issue. I've told you, I have a problem when you have a politician as the district head of security, and you have a politician as the regional head of security. They have never been productive. They get involved in trouble, and they use the back door. So you assign the people responsibility, and you are pulling them back. And in that way, they wouldn't go forward. I can tell you for a fact, if the soldiers have been attacked, one, they would have fought their way to escape. Number two, they would have fought their way to death. And if they had died, we wouldn't have heard a good news yesterday and today. So it is the same thing we are saying. The way Operation Vanguard was succeeding and politicians got involved and called them back, I want that this government, nobody should get involved in NIMOS and the operations of NIMOS. And I have never heard people from office of the president or the president himself getting involved in putting predicament and hindrances in the way of NIMOS. So we're all happy that NIMOS was working. And if you look at the leader of NIMOS, the way he was working, and to get up in the morning and hear that he's got it to a place on a spot check and wanted to make arrest, and people have to call him, and he is speaking to politicians, as if he is answerable to those politicians in the first place. Why were they calling him? And why do they want to speak to him? Was he answerable to them? No. So that is the thing. And that is why the coalition against Galamsey, the day they took the police people out of the field, they were not happy. They were not happy because NIMOS reports to the Minister of Lands, and they see that as a political influence. The politicians will use the minister to influence the populations. So far, we have never heard that the Minister of Lands has put any impediment in the way of NIMOS, which was a good thing. And he's running with them almost everywhere, which is commendable. So to hear that there are some particular people, whether they are government people or government appointees in whichever capacity, might want to put impediments in the face of NIMOS operations and what they have done so far, then that would be unfortunate. But above all, I think government did not hesitate, and the Speaker of Parliament did not hesitate, and they have allowed the police to get involved. We are hoping that the police will get to the bottom of this. Everybody within that community who play a role in mobilizing people against the NIMOS officers and the police officers in that community, they will need to be brought before the law.
Do you commend the swift response from either the police and the Speaker of Parliament? Because hours after some of us discussed it, on air, because this story I think was put out by Erastus at dawn. And so a few hours after, then we saw that there was a notice from the Speaker's office, and then the Ghana Police Service has also followed through. Is this something we should be seeing often, especially when it entails or it has to do with leaders?
Definitely, yes. I don't know why the Speaker created that caveat that if the police is looking for a member of Parliament that has come at a crime investigation or has committed a crime, they have to seek permission from him before they are arrested. Parliamentarians are human beings. They can commit crimes. And from our history, parliamentarians have gotten involved in serious criminal offenses. So anybody who commits crime in this country, you do not need permission from the Speaker. They should get them arrested and bring them to book. And that's the only way you can set a good example to the frontliners who put their lives on the line. And for the sake of this country, we should stop that whole thing that when the parliamentarian committed a crime or has come at a crime notice, you will need to write to Speaker to release the person. It is not done. It's not in the Constitution. And that convergence criteria is creating problems. They should take it out as quickly as possible. The police are the law enforcers of this country. The BNI enforces the law. And anybody who crosses the red line and has committed crime, you do not need permission from any other institution to be able to bring those people to book, particularly when they are being looked for either to be arrested or to come and answer questions in relation to the crime under review.
Right. Now, with what has happened, we have a police that has released a statement. The honorable member himself has released a statement. What should happen just immediately? We are anticipating that NIMAS will be facing more of these, except for the fact that this one involves an MP, and that's why it's probably caught fire. But NIMAS is facing more and more of these battles as they go on with their fight, and we have reports that they are under-resourced.
No, I think the NIMAS guys themselves, I have sent some few write-ups to them. They will need to review their operational team's work, and they will need to reassess the methodologies they are using. If they trust these politicians instead of trusting the police officers on the ground, and the BNI officers in particular, to be their true and the surest source of eyes and ears on the ground, then they are going to have issues of entrapment and entanglement, particularly when they get into some audacious moments and difficult situations that they will need a quick survival and an escape while they have successes with their work. Now, when it comes to the police, once IGP Yohonu has gotten involved and has asked for investigations to be done, I want to believe that my uncle will stand his ground or will stand his ground and make sure the right things are done. And not just the MPs whose names are mentioned, but all other persons who play a role, whether passive or active role in attacking law enforcement officers. They need to bring them to book. And I think going forward, we will need to reassess what the individual responsibilities and core functions are when it comes to fighting against inappropriate money in many of these places. Recently, I saw that Gold Board has given NIMAS some level of support. Probably, we will need to raise the issue of support again and see if Gold Board can release maybe another 1 billion or half a billion to them, and make sure they have the right resources to work with. Until that is done, they are doing a good job. My fear is that they should put some level of impediment in their way and some level of setback and some level of fear, but also considering the speed at which the president did not get involved, the Speaker of Parliament did not get involved, and the police are going on, it will rekindle some level of morale, and if I want to go out there and put their lives on the front line. Other than that, we have a huge challenge on our hands, and we will need to work together as a team, as a nation, to be able to get through this one.
How about the emergency, what's it called? The ban that we're calling on mining itself. The president, when he was in opposition, all that he called for, there are people who are still calling that he should stand by his words and do exactly what he wanted when he was in opposition.
No, I think the issue has been a state of emergency.
Yes.
In the absence of state of emergency, there are two things the president has done so far. Certain specific areas within the forest geographical zone have been declared as
the water bodies,
zone.
right?
And therefore, it gives exclusive access to the NIMAS people and the National Security Officer. Then the water bodies as well communication has been a major issue when it comes to communicating around it. So as a result, there has been a lot of misinformation and disinformation into the area. But with the level of addressing of the issues when it comes to sacred areas being declared as security zone, it has helped a lot. The only setback we are having is when the front line is curtailed, just like what happened at Ahafo. Other than that, and I can tell you, everywhere NIMOS has been, after this broadcast on social media, some of us have also been to those places to verify and confirm. And I can tell you that it's hard work in the field. And we have confirmed many of the things they have posted out there. But we need the fight against inappropriate money, bring it back the water bodies into the original state, and bring it back the forest domains into the original state. It goes way beyond what NIMOS to do. We are talking about EPA, you are talking about the Forestry Commission, you are talking about Lands Commission, you are talking about the Environment Ministry, then you are talking about Minerals Commission, then you are talking about Gold Board. So these are the other agencies that must work at the speed of light, just like NIMOS is going. And that is the only way we say that give ourselves, give or take, by middle of next year, the water bodies should come back to where they are, and the forest zones should be curtailed, and it should be sealed off from other people. But when we continue having some of these setbacks, then the detractors will have a free day, and the front line could be curtailed. And that is where we are going to have difficulty.
Richard Kumado, thank you. We'll leave it here. And he's a security consultant there. Let me take you through the MP statement before we wrap up on the show. So he says that to the good people of Esutifi North constituency and the general public, definitely because the general public has taken, a position on this. On 1st of November 2025, was en route to a funeral at Achirinsua in the Esutifi South constituency. I inquired from Honorable Collins Dauda, the MP for the Esutifi South constituency, whether he was available so we could move together. Honorable Dauda indicated that he is currently not in the country, so I represent him. And upon reaching Shidim, I realized that there was tension in the town, and I inquired and was told there was a military operations going on, at the gold extraction site. And you see, he chose his words carefully. The gold extraction site. I quickly called back Honorable Dauda to inform him of the development. He asked me to go to the site to enable him speak with the team to ascertain what was going on because of the assembly members who he sent wasn't spoken to by the military team. So upon reaching the site, with my constituency vice chairman and driver, I introduced myself to the leader. And asked that he speaks to the person on the phone. Having arrived at the place, I saw some youth at the site, while others gradually massed up. The only advice I could give was for us to move to the police station to officially make a statement and subsequently hand over the items to the items and suspects to the police to calm tensions. Upon reaching the police station, it was seen that the major road had been blocked, preventing vehicular movement. Together with the military, regional police crime officer, NIB operatives, Kenyasi police commander, we all remained in the police charge office while statements were being taken. I went further to call the Zongo chief of Shridium to assist us in calming the situation, and he came. So, having finalized there and handing over the items to the regional crime officer, the Zongo chief volunteered to pick the military officer into the Toyota Sequoia vehicle because the pickup of the military had been tampered with. The Toyota vehicle of the Zongo chief had its glasses smashed at the back. By then, I had left to attend other funerals in Totroso, Jedu, and Wamahinso. So I wish to state, under no circumstances will I incite youth against security officers and any government-planned agenda. As a responsible lawmaker, I offered my support to ensure that the calmness in the area and will always work together with every security agency to maintain law and order. It's quite unfortunate that the police in their CITRIP failed to acknowledge my contribution towards ensuring that calmness prevail. I urge the public to disregard false narratives and aimed at tarnishing my reputation and undermine my efforts to serve my constituents. As a member of parliament, I want to assure you that I remain committed to the welfare and safety of Ghanaians, citizens, and other state institutions. Signed by Ebenezer Kwekwado, member of parliament for Esutifi North constituency. So the questions have been, has he seen the activities going on there, which Namos describes as illegal mining? What was the point in calling Collins Dauda in all these? What was the point in his business, following them all up to the police station? There are a lot of questions. He's released a statement that will probably aid the police in this investigation. We'll wrap up here on Good Afternoon, Ghana. Thank you to Richard Kumado. Thank you to Erastus Asaria Donko for speaking to us on this matter. We'll be following through as Metro News. We'll bring you some more updates subsequently in our bulletins. Thanks for watching.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Give Us Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
This Wednesday on Titans and Trailblazers, the institution also keeps an eye on the CEO brand, or is it the CEO's job alone to manage their brand? What are your thoughts on that?
You can't do it alone. Your job is not to run social media. Your job is to double the output. Your job is to increase the number of employees and so forth. So you can't be an expert again on managing your online brand. So the marketing team should actually have a budget whereby they need to brand their CEO so that he or she becomes the voice. So we pick ourselves up. If things don't go according to plan, we redo, we retry, until it works. It becomes a lesson for us.
Then, I dare you to date Maud for reasons.
I will get that.
You go get you.
I will get that.
So we can sit here more than 1 hour or close to 1 hour. If you only ask Sadia, I go fit up.
You know my friend, Alpha. Well, he wants to go on a date with you.
You're kidding, right?
Oh, I'm serious.
No. I'm not
Listen.
interested. I'm just hoping this will continue forever.
This is forever and ever.
Come on, Alpha, shut up and let me talk. I picked you from the street as a little boy, and I will come to you.
Let me take you home and prepare something for you.
All right. Yes. I was ready to invest 20,000. Tell me more about it.
Okay.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
How are you? I'm fine. Where else? I'm at the office as usual. How are you doing? No, babe. No. I have a meeting to attend actually, and you know I love you so much, and I wouldn't want to keep you waiting when you come. Yeah. Babe, there's no point. There's no point to come to the house. Listen, I took the keys with me, so listen, I'll let you know when I come back, okay? I'll just let you know when I come back. All right. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye. Hi.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Today's service was wonderful. You should come one day.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's all